All right, hey there. If you're running a small warehouse or a stockroom, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? That feeling where the walls just seem to be closing in. Every single shipment that comes in feels like you're playing this impossible game of Tetris. Well, today we are going to tackle that exact problem. The classic, we're out of space. So let's just dive right in and figure out how you can get that space back. So, does this sound familiar? You've got more inventory than you have space for. It's a super common problem, but man, it can really grind your operations to a halt. You've got more SKUs, more parts, more stuff than ever before, but the building? It's not getting any bigger. And this is what happens, right? It turns into this chaotic cycle. You get clutter, the aisles get tighter and tighter, and your efficiency just goes right out the window. You're spending way more time searching for things than actually shipping them. And that's a cycle that costs you big time, in both time and money. But here's the thing, the answer isn't always a bigger building or some crazy expensive expansion. There's actually a powerful and honestly often overlooked solution that can completely transform the space you already have. And that solution is high-density bin and shelving packages. Now look, these aren't just a random pile of shelves and bins you pick up somewhere. No. These are pre-configured systems. They're literally engineered as a complete kit so everything works together perfectly to use every single inch of your vertical space. So how exactly do they work their magic? Well, it really all comes down to four key principles that will completely, and I mean completely, transform your storage. Let's break them down one by one. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to see how these systems help you conquer all that wasted vertical space. Then, how they can make your picking process pretty much error-proof. Third, how they adapt to your future needs. And finally, how they simplify everything with just a little bit of color. You know, I absolutely love this phrase from the source material, conquer the vertical void. It just perfectly describes the problem. I mean, if you're using standard shelving for your small parts, just look up. See all that empty air above your items? That's the vertical void. It's pure, untapped, wasted potential. Okay, get this. By getting rid of that dead air with bins that are perfectly sized, you can store up to 3 times the number of SKUs in the exact same footprint. I mean, think about that. That's not just a small improvement, that is a total game changer. So the second key is really simple. A place for everything and everything in its place. You know, clutter is the absolute enemy of speed, and just having disorganized parts is a recipe for disaster. When you're just tossing things into boxes, you're not just being messy, you're actively setting yourself up for mistakes. Here's how it all comes together. Every single item gets its own dedicated home. The bins have these hopper fronts, which means your team can see and grab exactly what they need instantly. What's the result? Faster pick times and way less of that frustrating I can't find it downtime that we all hate. All right, our third key is all about modularity. Your business isn't static, right? So your storage shouldn't be either. The inventory you have today might be totally different a year from now, and a modular system is what lets you adapt as your inventory changes and evolves. This slide really highlights the difference between, say, fixed cabinetry and a modular bin system. With a modular system, you can rearrange the bins, you can swap out sizes, you can even move entire units around as your business grows. It's a system that works with you, not against you. And the fourth and final key. This one might be one of the simplest, but it's incredibly effective. The power of color coding. Just by assigning colors to different product categories, like, say, blue is for fasteners, red is for electrical parts, you create this instant visual language for your entire warehouse. And the benefits here are just incredible. You can literally cut training time for new employees in half because they can see where things are supposed to go. And restocking, it stops being a chore and becomes completely intuitive. Okay, so the benefits are pretty clear, but you might be wondering, why a pre-configured package? I mean, why not just buy shelves and bins separately and do it yourself? Well, the answer is what I like to call the easy button advantage. I mean, just look at the difference here. The DIY method, it's a total headache, right? You're measuring everything yourself, you're guessing if the bins will fit the shelves, and you're just hoping it all works out. But the package method, it just eliminates all of that. The bins are already perfectly sized for the shelves, which means zero wasted space. It's an all-in-one solution, and it just works. So when you put this all together, you realize this isn't just about getting some new shelves. It's about completely reimagining what's possible within the 4 walls you already have.
This slide really sums up the transformation perfectly. You're going from clutter to clarity, you're going from wasted air to high-density storage, and you're going from errors to efficiency. In short, you're moving from a state of chaos to one of complete control.
So, at the end of the day, it's not really about the bins and shelves, is it? It's about what they let you do. It's about what becomes possible. So, I'm just going to leave you with this question to think about. With 3 times the storage capacity, with a much more efficient workflow, what could you and your business achieve?